All right. Hello, friends, and welcome to Love Spell Written in the Stars. I've said this before, but I'll say this again because this is a new video. I have a lot of different visual novel demos on my list of games that I want to play. And so it is almost no surprise that I am playing yet another visual novel demo, trying this one out. Little quick note, I am currently at my dad's house, dog sitting for him while he is on vacation, so my setup is a little bit different. And by that I mean a lot of it different because I'm in a whole entire different house. I hope that I have it all set up correctly. There might be a couple things here and there that I'll need to fix as I find out new things, but there's no way to test it out besides playing a game, so here we are. Before we get into this one, I don't know too crazily much about this game. I know it has something to do with magic. There's this book that you see in the background here that is very important to the story, but otherwise I'm going into this game a little bit blind. One of the other things that I know about it is that it is by Great Gretsuki Studios. Great Gretsuki, as it says down here, but I think that's misspelled, weirdly enough. And I have not played a game by them yet, but I have heard a lot of great things about their games, so I am excited to hop into this one and see how this goes. With all that being said, let's check it out, let's see how it goes, and what this game is about. Ooh, heart. What is my name? Oh my gosh, my name is Kit. I can't see my keyboard, but that's fine. I'll just figure it out by touch. You'll not be able to change this unless you start a new game. That's fine. Yes. Okay, controls. That's super exciting. I don't see anything that is different from the normal way that I play a visual novel, but really cool that here's all the different like keys that I normally play with. Here, I'll move out of the way so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, if you're ever wondering how I hide the UI when I'm playing visual novels, it's with H. The one thing that I don't see is to go back and forward, which is usually page up and page down, but we'll see if that works. I do really like when visual novels do that, but sometimes they turn it off, so. Those who not believe in magic will never find it. That's what it says behind me, by Roald Dahl. Alright. Ooh, I really like the UI up here. Whoops. I right-clicked. I really like this UI. Cute. The sun's early rays peek out over the hills of Pastoria Town, a bustling suburban gem nestled between the mountains and the sea. As the morning light paints streaks of pastel across the sky, it signals the start of a brand new day. I can't help but stifle a loud yawn as I close the door to my apartment and head out on my morning commute. Another morning, another day, another adventure. So I say, but I've hardly slept a wink. I stayed up last night reading too many fanfics again. Class is gonna be a killer. Girl, same. My thoughts linger on the heart-wrenching romantic adventure that kept me up all night yesterday as I start my journey to the town's local university. Seriously though, what even was that cliffhanger? After the heroine finally confessed her love to him too. I need to know what happens or I won't be able to move on with my life. Author, please update soon. As I walk through my usual commute, I retrace my steps that I've taken many times before. But it all seems a bit different than usual today under the morning light's glow. Heart-shaped decorations and advertisements seem to have sprouted overnight outside many shops and streets, signaling the coming of one of the town's local festivals. My eyes follow various couples walking hand in hand, sharing fresh coffee, love-struck looks, and stifled giggles. Wow, it's already that time of year again, huh? Nice. Another year of being single, here we go. Whatever, at least my favorite snacks will be on sale. Damn! My eyes flock to one particularly lovey-dovey couple sharing donuts as the girl laughs into her boyfriend's coat. The boy smiles as he kisses her forehead, the soft look in his eyes saying all one needs to know. Still, I guess it must be nice, right? Having someone you can look at like that. Wait, what am I saying? I have junk food, video games, and fast Wi-Fi. I don't need anything else. That's right, I can live out my life just like this, just fine. I grip the strap of my bag tighter as I pick up my pace towards my bus stop, far away from the crowded street of lovers. Alright. Morning rush hour has officially started. Trying to avoid tripping over my own feet, I gingerly step past lines of seats filled with commuters on my local bus, before finally finding an open space near the middle. I sit down and glance around to see all sorts of people caught up in their daily activities. Some are reading the newspaper, some are playing video games, and others are pleasantly chatting about their weekend plans. What a peaceful morning. Oh? I look down to read a text message from one of my classmates. Hey, do you know what time the library opens? I need to print out the paper for class today. The paper for class. Shit, the paper! Oh, I'm screwed. I completely forgot that was due today. And my professor is gonna kill me if I don't turn something in this time. I panic, earning a few strange looks as I type furiously into my phone. Wait, it's fine, kid. It's still early. Don't panic. I can just haul ass to the library and write it before class. Wow, so much for my peaceful morning. The bus's idle chatter suddenly comes to a hush when the vehicle stops and a conspicuous figure walks in. Ooh. I curiously look to see an elderly woman pass through the gate. Her appearance is far more than eye-catching, to say the least. Alongside her, she carries a bag with all sorts of strange feathers, jewels, and... Is that a mummified lizard? People begin to murmur and shuffle to the side as the strange woman makes her way down the crowded aisle. Whoa. Check out this freak show. Someone must have missed Halloween. The comments grow louder and ruder, but the old woman's expression remains unfazed as she slowly sits down across from me. Crazy grandma, she's nuts heading out looking like that. Hold on, I'm totally tweeting this. I narrow my eyes at the foul-mouthed gossipers. I turn back to glance at the old woman and see that, although her face remains motionless and unfazed, her eyes seem to now hold a tinge of sadness. What should I do? Obviously speak up. Hey, just because someone looks a bit different, that doesn't give you any right to look down on them. Okay. Not in love with the line that I said, but it works, sure. Haven't you been taught any manners? Jeez, sorry, lady. Somehow that worked. The gossip stops as the bus takes off. The rest of the patrons go back to tending to their phones. I catch the eye of the old woman looking at me. She flashes a small smile in my direction. Okay. That was nice. That was cute. I'm glad that I was able to speak up, even though, like, you know, in that moment, I don't know what I would say personally. But I feel like that scene in particular was a little weak, a little childish, I don't know. As I get off the bus, I spot the old woman's figure retreating away in the opposite direction. What was that? Suddenly, a curious-looking trinket falls out of her bag and bounces on the floor. I pick it up and chase after her. Hey, ma'am, wait! The old woman looks down as she steps into a busy crosswalk. She's gonna get hit by a truck. Suddenly, the crossing signal turns red, but the old woman doesn't seem to notice and continues. Oh my god. To my horror, I spot a car approaching the intersection at a dangerous speed. Other passerby take notice of the situation as well, but none take action. Hey, watch out! With a desperate lunge, I run and pull the old woman backwards. We narrowly avoid a collision as the speeding car angrily honks while driving by. Oh my god, too close for comfort. I almost became an isekai protagonist. Hey, listen, it's a visual novel. I would have accepted it. Ma'am, are you okay? Didn't you see the light Suddenly, I look up to the old woman's face to see her grinning from ear to ear. Strong, yet fair. Righteous, yet true. Why, I've been so lucky to meet a girl like you. Thank you. What? Oh, I'm perfectly fine, and it's all thanks to you, dear. Thank you for saving this silly old woman. Of course, I'm sorry I pulled you on... What? Huh? I'm sorry I pulled on you so roughly, but I couldn't just stand there and watch as you got hurt. But... seriously, are you okay? Do you need to see a doctor or something? My word, what a benevolent young child you are. Caring, courageous, and quite a beauty, too. Thank you. Oh, it's so good to see that today's youth still have some hope left. I was getting rather worried. Right. Thanks, I think? Oh, and, here, you dropped this earlier. Oh, it's a pencil. Okay. I hand over the oddly decorated bag and the strange trinket from before. Oh goodness, why thank you, dearie. I don't know what I would do if I were to lose this precious friend of mine, okay? Now then, I cannot simply let such a selfless act go unrewarded. Tell me, my child, what is your name? Oh, my name is Kit. Nice to meet you. And no need for repayment of any sort, I'm just really glad you're okay. Oh, pish-posh. Come now, my dear, no need to be shy. Someone with such a noble heart like yours deserves to have their wish come true. Now tell me, what is it your heart desires most? Immortal youth? The power to fly? A romance for the ages? Name your prize, my child. I can't ask her to do my research paper for me, can I? Well, if any of those things were attainable, I think I'd probably go for the last one. Oh, trouble in the romance department, huh? Well, it's your lucky day. What the hell? For I have just the thing to mend your troubles, dearest. The old lady rummages through her large bag for a few moments. I tilt my head in confusion when I hear clanging and sloshing sounds, but I'm quickly distracted when she triumphantly pulls out a small pink notebook emblazoned with golden borders and a heart-shaped gem in the middle. Here, my gift to you, dearie. A notebook? What? Why, yes, I suppose you could call it that. Don't worry, this should be able to help make all your wildest, most romantic fantasies come true. The old lady smiles as she pushes the notebook into my hands. And here, take this too, in case you ever need a friend. The pencil, right? Okay, cool. Oh, it's a pen. Sorry, I thought it had lead in it. I do know that the reason why... Okay, I think the reason why the studio is called Great Gretsuki is because their little penguin mascot character is called Gretsuki or something like that. So I'm assuming that's what this is the little mascot character's dwelling. So thank you. Did I read this? The old lady hands me the quirky-looking pen from before. At top rests a glittery bubble with what seems to resemble a small penguin inside. I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I guess I'll just take it. Thank you very much, ma'am. You're too kind. A nearby bell tower chimes, signaling the start of a new hour. I gasp loudly as I remember my unwritten paper. Well, it was nice meeting you. I need to go now, but thank you for the gifts. Please be careful crossing the street. Bye. The old woman suddenly grabs my arm with a much stronger grip than I expected her to have. She pulls me close enough to whisper. Just a moment, my child. Or rather, a final word of warning before we part ways. Make sure you read the instructions in this book very carefully, lest you end up in a situation you'd rather not be in. Okay. Got it, sure, but I really have to go now, so bye. Have fun. That's ominous. I quickly stuff the notebook and the funny-looking pen into my bag as I sprint off towards my university. Yikes, what is going to happen because I didn't read the book? Ooh, okay. Once upon a time, after saving the life of a mysterious old woman, a young girl is gifted a magical notebook. But the notebook has a big secret. I love this. It has the power to make anyone whose name you wish I decided to fall in love with you. Until the next full moon. Okay, werewolves. There's the main character. Oh, she has my best friend's birthday. Maybe it's best if I don't go messing with this thing. Too late, you already cast the spell. Wait, what? I did? On who? A childhood best friend. That's all that I got to read. The professor. Ew. Barista. That's a stranger. That's all I got to read. The first sentence of each. Ooh. On the train? No. I already have a least favorite. I'm sorry. A little kitty behind me. Oh. Sir, please. I'm Makey. Uh-huh. Oh, this is the song in the Starry Night. The Starlight update? I don't know what that means. Hey, by the way, it's now available on PC. That's what I'm playing it on, so... Interesting. I'm sure if I read some of the character descriptions outside of that, I'd be able to learn a little bit more about them, but for... I don't know how to say what I'm about to say. I'm trying to, like, gather my thoughts here. On one hand, it's nice to see character descriptions like that in opening for visual novels, because you get to see a little, like, hint of who they are. But on the other hand, it always goes by so fast, and unfortunately when you're doing openings like that, you can't just have the player click when they're done reading, you know? So you have to kind of guesstimate how quickly a character, I'm a character now, how quickly a player can read, and if you're wrong, then you're going to get people who weren't finished with it by the time that it has gone by. So it's like, either way, you're kind of missing out. It's a difficult problem to have. But I think I'd probably go on the side of, like, keeping the character descriptions, even if the people can't read them, because they could always just read them later. Anyway, a few hours later, I shuffle around in my seat during class, shiftily attempting to avoid my professor's eyes at all costs. Oh no, I didn't write my paper. I did. I got the stupid paper done in time. Barely. But no one mentioned a stupid quiz, too. That's okay, I've got this. Put me in, coach. I tilt my head forward, sulking as I stare at the mostly blank paper in front of me, sure. No! Not me finding out that this guy is one of the romance options, and then also, like, first class, it's his. Oh no. Now everyone, please remember to write your name and ID number at the top of the Scantron sheet. I didn't answer a single question. He's a Scorpio. He's an archaeologist. He runs on coffee and spite. Okay. He's an archaeologist. What am I in school for? Suddenly, my professor turns to me with a cheery smile. Uh-oh. Right, Kit? Why are you asking me? That's basic. Put your name on your paper. Because nothing says I did my assignment 5 minutes before class more than forgetting to write your own name on your paper. Oh no. Yikes. I did that in school actually once. Where it was in math class. So first of all, I don't know how my teacher figured out that it was my handwriting. But I had forgotten to write my name on my paper, and so my teacher just did it for me. That was fine. And then the next time that I had forgotten to write my name, I think I wrote something like stupid. And from then on, every single time that I had a paper in that class, I would write a different fake name. And somehow she always knew it was me. Probably because she could tell what was my handwriting and what wasn't, but you know. That poor woman. Professor Atlas stops in front of my desk and hands me back my recently written paper. Are you gonna give me the chance to write my name on it? I see a giant red circle with question marks scribbled on top. A round of snickers erupt from the class as they watch me squirm nervously under the professor's sharp gaze. When will you learn, I wonder? Never. Wow, he didn't have to call me out like that. Ugh, how embarrassing. Honestly, you deserve it. I would accept it. The university bell chimes, signaling the end of class. Well, that's all for today. The results of today's quiz will be posted online by next Monday. Ooh, I have a feeling I got an F. If anyone has any questions or comments about their papers, feel free to drop by during my office hours. And with that, have a nice rest of your day. Students quickly rise out of their seats to line up and drop their quizzes off at the front before exiting the classroom. I eye Professor Atlas as he stays behind, talking to some more than eager to learn female students. I mentally whisper a small prayer before submitting my quiz into the stack with a resigned sigh and turn to leave. Ah, Kit. Please do remember to write your name on next week's assignment, yes? After all, it's oh so terribly difficult trying to figure out which paper is yours. I can tell. At his words, the group of female students around him giggle and snicker in my direction. I narrow my eyes slightly at the mocking smile that tugs on my professor's lips before trudging out the door. A demon lord. That's what he really is. Okay, I thought that this was the way that the main character was going to go. I feel like it's very nice, teasing. We're besties. Not really, but you know. I feel like he's just kind of joking around, you know? Versus I really had a feeling that the main character was going to be like, he hates me. He despises me. And I understand what he's saying. Also, I'm just not hot for teacher. I'm sorry. If he was anybody else, I'd be like, okay, absolutely. But unfortunately, I just don't like the trope. I'm in a cafe now. I let out a small sigh as I walk into my favorite cafe. I like this. Espresso. I don't know what that says. China's with 2 A's. China's. No, I can't read any of these. I was really trying. This is like menu. Then this is quest. Latte. But I can't read any of the other ones. Pencil? Anyway. Cafe Estrella. Estrella. It's a small coffee shop hidden down an alley behind campus. Due to its secretive location, it's normally pretty quiet. So, what's with this crowd then? An unusually large crowd of young girls line up through the cafe. Oh, 100% they got somebody new. a new employee, and he's super hot. And all the girls want coffee now because it's poured by his hand. Oh my goodness. When I managed to push my way to the front, I noticed the source of all the commotion and attention. Hi, can I take your order, miss? Click the button, please. You can take my last name, too. I feel like it should be the opposite, but you know what? Feminism. Whoa, who is that? A new employee? I've never seen him here before. Oh, well, if it isn't our best customer. Welcome back, Kit. Quite a busy day today, huh? Say, have you met our new barista yet? He's quite handsome, isn't he? He's good for business. I can see that, Mr. Soul. This is quite the crowd in here. After chatting for another few minutes with Mr. Soul, the cafe's kind owner, I discreetly glance at the barista from afar. Eventually, his gaze flickers up and briefly meets mine. Oh, hi there. Welcome to Estrella's. A new cheerful and energetic barista who started working at your favorite shop. He loves cats. Same. Are you also allergic? Because that's the way I am. I eye his name tag. It reads Jamie. Sheesh, he really is cute. But somehow he looks a little familiar too, really. I'm snapped back to reality when a swooning girl knocks into me on her way out. It's then that I realize my typically quiet study haven has been completely overtaken. I sigh as I make my way outside amidst the chaos. I'm not even gonna get a cup of coffee? What the fuck? I pout angrily as I walk out of the bustling cafe. Man, today's kinda sucked. Oh, just kidding, I did get coffee, don't worry. Oh, whatever, at least Mr. Soul managed to hook me up with some coffee on the way out. Alright, this is the pick-me-up I needed. We're gonna turn this whole day around. It looks like a good cup of— oh, there it went. Just as I bring my iced latte to my lips, I feel a forceful shove from behind. What the fuck? Out of instinct, I close my eyes as I'm about to tumble forward towards the hard concrete. But that sounded like I broke all of the bones in my body. To my surprise, I crash into a much softer surface. Hey, there he is. After him. Hello? What are you, a fucking gang? My attention is drawn to the sounds of running as I glance back to see a man's retreating figure sprinting off as two other men in suits give chase after him. And in front of me— boobs? But my attention is directed forward again as a strong scent of masculine cologne fills the air. I slowly lift my gaze up to discover I'm essentially cuddled into the chest of a very large, very angry-looking man. Great. Just great. I'm sorry. As my situation sinks in, I jump off of him, quick as a cat. Only to realize my what was once a nice latte is now soaked into the man's expensive-looking red suit. Maybe you should watch where you're going, bitch. Damn. This is a brand new suit, too. So much for that. He's totally a jerk? But he looks totally rich, too. Okay, so? Holy crap, I'm really sorry. I'll clean it up. With what? A singular napkin? I quickly grab some napkins and attempt to pat the suit dry when the man suddenly yanks my arm away and growls. Excuse me? That's how you plan to clean up a suit that's worth more than $1 million? You're making it worse. $1 million? Did he just say $1 million? I could sell my entire anime figurine collection and I still wouldn't be able to cover that much. And suddenly, two suited men sprint back towards the large man. Boss, we lost him. He couldn't have gone far, though. We should head towards the docks. Fucking hell, man. I don't have time for this. The angry man brushes past me after he hands me a card. Okay. The card only has a name and a phone number. Marcelo. You dumbass. I expect a call from you later with plans to reimburse this suit. Got that? Dumbass? He glares at me one last time before turning around and sprinting away with the rest of his lackeys. I slowly turn back around to stare at the card, and then to my crushed cup of former iced latte on the ground. Excuse me? What a jerk. He was the one who bumped into me. Hey, yo, pay me back my iced latte, asshole. Now I feel like I'm the main character. I'm not paying for your suit. Pay me back for my coffee. I drag my feet through the sunset-kissed streets of town as a loud sigh escapes me. Could this day get any worse? I need a drink. No, screw that. I need 3. Just as I reach out to grab the local pub's door, it swings open from the other side, smashing into me. Great, what's next? Ow, right in the face. Shoot, I'm so sorry, are you okay? Wait a minute. Kit, is that really you? Are you square? Oh, damn. Your childhood friend and lifelong crush who has no idea he broke your heart. Damn. He loves video games and anime. I feel a shiver run down my spine as I slowly turn my head to meet a pair of familiar ice blue eyes. Enix, what are you doing here? What's with the face, huh? Is that any way to greet a friend you haven't seen in so long? I feel the blood rush to my face as I simply stare in awe at the man before me. Enix Gray. One of my childhood best friends. I think his last name should be Square. Can you go? I've clicked the button 3 times. And my first love. I thought you were studying abroad. Why is dog lying behind me? Do not be of the worries. Dog is asleep behind me. Ah! I messed up everything. I clicked on something wrong and everything went horrendous. Okay. Did I read this? I don't remember. My university is currently on break, so I'm only really back in town for the summer. We stand there awkwardly for a few minutes before I hear Enix clear his throat. Still, it's really good to see you again, Kit. I'm really glad we bumped into each other. I feel my heart stutter. Emotions I thought I had locked away deep within my heart a long time ago feel as if they're coming back up to the surface. Enix, Well, look what the old cat dragged in. At that voice, another familiar-looking young woman struts out through the door and onto the sidewalk. Oh no? She wears a confident smile on her face as she clutches her expensive-looking purse closer to her thin frame. I'd know her anywhere. Isla, or Isla, or something. My other former childhood friend and lifelong rival. Isla? Duh, who else? Hiya, Kit. Long time no see. You look... well, the same as ever, really. Isla turns to face Enix and gives him a quick kiss on the cheek before linking arms with him. She narrows her eyes at me before flashing Enix a coy smile, almost as if to make sure I'm watching. Ew. Sorry for making you wait, Munchkin. There was a line for the restroom and all. Babe, please, I thought we talked about the whole PDA thing. You know I'm not comfortable with it. I cast my gaze down as memories that I would have much preferred to never remember rush back into my mind. I nervously tug at the hem of my dress before looking up. Oh, right, I forgot you guys are dating now. How times change, huh? I guess I, never got a chance to properly congratulate you both. Why, thanks! Oh, we were just celebrating at the bar like the good old days. After all, Enix was just accepted into our university's top medical program. Let's go. Medical program? Wow. I would have never guessed that from you, Enix. Yeah, well, things change. I'm studying to be a doctor now. A truly remarkable career choice, and I was just accepted into one of the most prestigious law schools overseas, too. And what about you, kid? What's your life plan like? My chest tightens as I slowly cast my gaze down. Life plan. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I just finished my general course requirements, but I'm still not, decided on a major. Some things never really change, do they? Well, we have to go, but it was nice seeing you, kid. Let's all hang out one day, for old time's sake, you know? Enix and I lock eyes for a few moments before he blinks away and slowly waves. I watch as they walk off, hand in hand, down a familiar street and out of sight. I spin around and quickly wipe the tears forming in my eyes. Taking a few deep breaths, I walk into the bar. All time's my ass. Okay. I slam my glass down on the counter. Another one! I need to drink this entire day away, god damn it. Goodness, sounds like someone's had a tiresome day. Are you also a romantic interest? Ooh, you weren't in the original thing. A young man who works at the local pub, but rumor has it that no one has ever seen him outside the pub before. Okay, there's something magical about him. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm picking up what you're putting down or not. Oh, tiresome doesn't even begin to cover it. I literally just had the worst day of my entire life. Again? What would happen this time? First, my demon lord of a professor makes fun of me in front of the whole class. Everyone thinks he's this perfect stud, but I see right through him. He's a tyrant. Oh dear. Did you forget to write your name on your assignment again? Maybe. And then my sanctuary was flooded with these bloodthirsty fangirls ogling over this new barista they hired. Yes, I've heard that young man just moved into town. Say, he looks strangely familiar for some reason, doesn't he? But I can't pinpoint where I've seen him before. Okay. I know, right? I totally thought the same thing. And after, some jerk runs into me, spills my coffee, and then demands that I pay his ugly $1 million suit back. How many times are you gonna make me hiccup? I don't even know if it sounds good. It wasn't even that nice of a suit either. Sorry, I can't stop laughing now. Super gaudy. Jerk with a gaudy suit. Oh my. I think I know exactly who you're referring to. He comes around here often with his assistants. They're quite a lively bunch. And the worst part, I ran into my crush after not seeing him since high school when he got together with my childhood enemy. And I even got belittled for not having a major. What if I wanted a major in cheese or something, huh? And we're done. That's one too many drinks for tonight. Well then, I'll go ahead and leave this tab here, yes? No, wait, don't cut me off yet. I need the alcohol to survive today, please. I have a feeling you certainly won't be saying that in the morning. And it's alright. The day is over now. You can rest easy. Rather, I'm sure that tomorrow will be a much better day. So, although it may feel a little difficult right now, please keep your head up, miss. I'm sure everything will work out just fine in the end. You promise? Certainly. And if it doesn't, you can just come find me. Then we'll talk it out all over again until you feel better. Excuse me, bartender. Yes, just a moment. As another customer calls the young bartender over, I watch as he leaves to the other side of the long counter. Wow, that was like the nicest part of my day. You know what? Maybe he's right. Maybe it will all get... Oh no. And just as I think that, I feel the cold sensation of something wet all over my shirt to see a woman gasping behind me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, miss. Before I can even look up, the woman all but runs away as I just stare at my now vodka-infused shirt. Everything will work out. My ass! This is the worst day ever! I let out a sob in frustration as I throw myself onto the cold marble of the counter. As I do, my bag next to me topples over, and the pink notebook and quirky pen from earlier fall out onto the counter. Oh, yeah. At least I saved that strange old lady today. She was weird, but she also seemed kinda nice. I forgot she gave me this notebook. That was sweet. I mean, it's so cute. And I think she mentioned something about instructions or something. But who even actually reads those, am I right? Boring. I open the book, only to find myself staring into blank pages. Oh, but there's nothing here. It's completely empty. Guess it really is just a regular old notebook. But she said all my dreams would come true. Huh? Oh, wait, there is something written here. Okay. Candle burn and flame grow higher. May our passion catch on fire. Love and lust are intertwined. Okay. This is what you need to find. Huh? There's more? Great. Go ahead. Write a name into this book. Thus a spell shall be cast. That didn't rhyme. Until the next full moon's look, you will have a love that lasts. What am I reading? I don't understand a word of this. There's more. Beware of the power above and below, for the heart heeds no mistress. Should you become entangled in thorns, true love's call will be your seamstress. Okay. Is it about sewing? I don't understand anything. But it did say to write someone's name in. Whose name should I write down? Oh no. Wow, damn, when did I learn his last name? I don't like any of them. Yikes, I'm gonna have to sit here and think about this because okay, Enix. I don't know, he was a little too milquetoast for me. You know, like I feel like that scene where he was in was mostly about the other friend whose name that I don't even remember. Less about him, more about like the rivalry in this romance. I don't care, you can keep him, girl. Florian, like I said, I feel like the main character thinks he's an absolute asshole, but to me, he feels like somebody who's being a little silly, a little goofy. I'm not hot for teacher. But he might be my pick. Jamie, I feel like I knew nothing about. You know, barista, everybody's into him, but like, I am interested in seeing why there's something so familiar about him. But enough to do as like, okay, if I was playing this game for real and it wasn't a demo, he would be like a second choice. Just as I'm getting a little bit more comfortable in the game to try and figure out like what his story is, but I'm not interested in him. And then Marcelo, he didn't wow me. In fact, he was kind of an asshole, and not in like a good way. Like, you know? I cannot believe I'm gonna do this, but fuck. None of these options are great. I hate this. This is the worst thing I've ever done. What the fuck? Okay. This is my room? Damn. I let out a loud groan as I hear the incessant ringing of my phone's alarm clock. I can't believe I've doubled down on this. As I reach over to turn it off, my head throbs in pain. Ugh, talk about a hangover. I sit up in bed, barely able to open my eyes. God, I really had too much to drink last night. I can't even remember how I got home. I try to recall the previous night's events, but my memory is filled with holes. I bet you Aslan took me home. All I can remember is eagerly... Can I speak? No. All I can remember is eagerly chugging one shot after another at the town's bar, but the in-between is all a blur. My worrisome thoughts are interrupted by another notification from my phone. Alarm number 4. Notes to self include, "Get out of bed, you idiot, you have class in half an hour." Oh shit, I keep... What's wrong with me? Twice in a row? Ah, shit, I completely forgot it's still a weekday. And if I'm late to his class again, Atlas will have my head. Why are you calling him... No, that is his last name. For some reason, I'm thinking it's his first name. I quickly attempt to jump out of bed, only to trip over my own stuff and go crashing to the floor, face first. I can't believe I seriously got this wasted on a Thursday night. What is my life coming to? Whatever, damn it. I'll just get through this dumb morning class and come back and sleep all weekend. Heck yeah. Why'd you take a morning class to begin with? Stupid. Okay, is class not in session? As I stare at the board of my world history class, is that what he teaches? World history? Ew. That makes sense, actually. His last name's Atlas. I can feel my eyelids slowly drooping down. History is like my worst subject. Finally succumbing to sleep's sweet serenade, I momentarily lose the ongoing battle between my exhaustion, and I close my eyes. Shoo, me. Kid. Present. I mean, yes. Since you seem to be absolutely enthralled by today's lesson, please tell the class, oh boy, who was the famed Spanish conquistador who led the conquest of the Incan Empire? Fuck if I know. Give me some options. You know, this is... I did say that history was my worst subject. Famed Spanish conquistador who led the conquest of the Incan Empire. Fuck if I know. There's a time limit going on in the background. I can hear it. No clue. No, I'm afraid Conquistador, didn't get very far in their career. What happens? Can I go back? Okay, so they do not allow you to go back. No. Which is fine, you know. It's not Conquistador, by the way. I just kind of chose one at random. I wonder if any of those are correct. This is gonna be rough, y'all. The professor shoots me an annoyed look as he chuckles and snickers echo around the class. For anyone else who would like to take a siesta during my lectures, please feel absolutely free to not waste either of our time and simply drop the class. I wish I could. I can't help but wince at the professor's harsh tone. The rest of the students also seem to shut up as he turns around and continues the lesson. What are we talking about? I let out a quiet sigh as I sink deep into my seat in embarrassment. Oh well, teehee. You can't hate me, I wrote your name in a book. The professor glances at his watch before turning back around to face class. Alright everyone, that's all for today. However, I'm handing your research papers from last week back, so don't leave without them. Oh boy. Please remember to review your midterm assessments for the online final exam, and... I feel my stomach tighten at the mention of the words final exam and inadvertently gulp. As the professor walks down the rows, he places everyone's paper face down on their desks. Uh-oh. I've attached my comments to your title pages. If you have any questions, feel free to refer to my office hours. Have a nice weekend and an enjoyable summer break. Heck yeah, no more school. Let's fucking go! As he finishes delivering the papers to each row, students begin to file out of class. I quickly look down as he approaches my desk. A feeling of guilt arises as I remember half-assing this assignment the night before it was due while binge-watching a new anime series. The professor places the paper face down on my desk and clears his throat as he walks away. I hesitantly stare at its blank back before slowly turning it over. My eyes widen in surprise. What did he write? Laziness does not behoove talent. I know you're capable of much better. Well, fuck it, I got a 73, and that's a pretty good grade. I let out a sigh of relief I didn't even know I was holding. He's not wrong, but it could have been worse, so I'll take it. I quickly stand up and shuffle out of the classroom, reading over the rest of the professor's markings in red ink. Okay, I thought there'd be more, but that's understandable. I happily munch on some chips as I walk through campus towards the local bus stop. Phew, my hangover wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I'm still gonna head home and sleep. I'm still gonna head home and sleep, though, or ooh, maybe I'll catch up on that anime game I started last week. As I continue walking, I overhear the conversation of two students hanging out nearby. Man, I'm so glad the semester is almost over. Now I can sell some of these stupid textbooks and get back some cash. Yeah, you're right. That's a great idea. My chemistry one was almost the price of a new laptop I wanted. Damn. My ears perk up as I remember being forced to buy outrageously expensive textbooks this semester as well. Damn, he's right. With the next term almost over, I can sell my old books now, too. Man, Atlas's textbook this semester was super expensive. I really thought I'd have to take out a loan to afford the tuition along with it. Speaking of tuition, I should probably look into a job for the summer before next semester's bills hit. Suddenly, I look over at my bag and notice it feels slightly lighter than usual. Uh-oh. I stop by a nearby bench as I open it up and begin to look through it. Let me guess. Oh, wait. Where's that stupid textbook? I grow increasingly anxious as I rummage and rummage, but no book. I grab my bag and dump it out on the bench when I see an odd-looking pen fly out. Oh, yeah, that old lady gave me this along with some weird notebook yesterday. Anyway, I glance around my bag and notice that the strange notebook isn't there either, along with my missing overpriced textbook. Uh-oh. I have a feeling. Where is it? Why do I always lose everything? But wait, I know I had that textbook with me this morning. Maybe I left it in class by accident. That's gotta be it. Glancing at the time, I stuff everything into my bag again in a hurry before heading back out towards the direction of the classroom. A new angle of the same classroom? Interesting. As I enter a familiar hall, I see the classroom doors still propped open from the inside. Yes, someone's still there, thank goodness. But right as I'm about to enter, I spot Professor Atlas and another female student standing suspiciously close to each other. Uh-oh, this is where I find out that he likes to... I'm not going to say that because I don't know if YouTube wants... I don't know if YouTube will allow me to say that. On pure instinct, I quickly hide behind a wall. Uh-oh. Slowly, I peek my head inside and watch the scenario before me. The young student clutches her bag as she closes her eyes. Her cheeks are flushed and her mouth quivers. Professor Atlas, I'm in love with you. I always have been. Please, go out with me. Holy shit, what did I just walk in on? I watch as Professor Atlas stares at the girl for a few moments before crossing his arms and letting out a sigh. Miss Wilson, I believe this is the third time we've had this talk. Girl, give it up. And I regret to inform you that my answer remains the same. My apologies, but that's definitely not going to happen. But why? You're single, right? Why not? Give me a good reason. The girl presses on as I peek my head out further, slightly feeling bad for eavesdropping, but also slightly wishing I had popcorn. Please, come on, just give me a chance. We're both adults, right? And I really, really like you. Adults. His tone suddenly grows icy and his eyes grow dark. He moves closer to the girl as she slowly backs up to the wall. He leans down to whisper in her ear, but luckily I'm at a close enough distance to catch what he says. You and... Damn! You, an adult? Sweetheart, don't flatter yourself. For starters, your grammar level is barely above the 6th grade. Besides, do you truly believe you can satisfy me as an adult? I'll have you know that I'm quite a demanding partner. Damn! I have a lot of needs. The girl's eyes widen as she looks up at him slowly. I swear I can see blood gushing out of her nose. Atlas's demeanor changes almost immediately as he steps back, now beaming his usual gentlemanly smile. He lets out a small chuckle as he waves his hand. I'm flattered, I truly am, but as I've said before, I have a strict no dating my students policy, and so does this university. Well, that's good at least. And as luck would have it, I, well, rather enjoy this job. Now please refer. Now please remember to submit your assignment through the web portal by next week, yes? If I'm not mistaken, your last 3 assignments have all been late, and I won't be offering extra credit at the end of term, so do keep that in mind. Unable to form an articulate reply, the girl mutters an apology as she runs out of the door in tears. Oof, that was harsh. I better get out of here before he sees me. I need my textbook and the notebook, bitch. What are you talking about? I'll just wait until he leaves and ask a janitor to unlock the room or something. No! Thanks. As I begin to slowly creep away, a sharp tone from behind me stops me dead in my tracks. Then tell me, just where do you think you're going? Busted. Looking for this, I presume? I turn around to see him holding my textbook in the air. A wry smile plays on his face as he raises an eyebrow at me. But you know, eavesdropping is terribly impolite. Should I teach you some manners, Miss Kit? I'm sorry, Professor Atlas. I just came back to get my textbook and then I didn't want to interrupt. He sighs as he shakes his head, handing the book back. I suppose it worked out in the end. I need to speak with you, privately. Follow me to my office, okay? Right now? Yes, now. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I grab the hem of my dress nervously as my eyes dart about the small faculty office. A few moments later, Professor Atlas re-emerges and takes a seat across the desk strewn with papers and textbooks everywhere. My apologies for the wait. Now then, where was I? Professor Atlas adjusts his glasses as he pulls out a file from a nearby cabinet. As he places the file on the desk, I see my name on the label. I'm not sure if you're aware, but aside from being a professor, I am also temporarily serving as an academic advisor, while our current one is out on maternity leave. Uh-oh, I gotta get tutoring. And as luck would have it, you are one of the students I was assigned to advise. Uh-oh. Oh, like advisor, like what are you doing with your life? Even worse, I don't know. Oh, fantastic. Like I needed another reason to get called out. I see that you're almost done with your general courses, but you still have yet to pick a major. May I ask why that is? I fidget nervously in my seat for a few minutes. It's a question I've been asked before, but I find myself avoiding a lot. I just haven't decided on anything, I guess. There's just so many majors to choose from, and, The professor grows quiet for a few moments. I can feel his gaze studying my face and movements as I attempt to avoid eye contact. Eventually, he leans back in his chair and drops the file folder on top of his desk. Struggling with the paradox of choice, are we? The what? The paradox of choice is a psychological phenomenon that essentially states that the more choices there are for an individual to make, the less satisfied we become, and the harder it is for one to make a definitive choice. That's called choice paralysis. I see, and yes, honestly, I totally relate to that. I'm afraid you aren't the only one who does. Many students right now are faced with an overwhelming amount of choices to make. One of the more tougher ones being asked, well, is this one. What do you want to spend the next several years' worth of time, money, and energy doing? This is a choice that may or may not dictate an entirely different course of your life. An entirely different course your life will take altogether. Is there, any way to make this easier on someone? As much as I wish I could say otherwise, there isn't. The answer lies inside you, and only you will be able to determine that for yourself. Heck yeah. Go team. However, you do eventually need to decide this, Kit. That is, if you wish to continue your studies here. I looked down at my bag and sighed dejectedly. In reality, I have tried, Professor. I spent a lot of time thinking about my future, but every time my thoughts linger to that area, I feel so overwhelmed, lost, terrified. My voice trails off as I tighten my grip on the hem of my dress and lower my gaze to the floor. Professor Atlas narrows his eyes at me as he straightens up. Kit, do you have a dream? A certain goal of some sort that you wish to accomplish? My heart sinks at his question. No, I don't think I do? I see. I feel an overwhelming sense of sadness at the professor's vague answer and my own inability to form a decisive stance. Suddenly, the professor stands up and heads towards a cabinet behind me. Well, Rome wasn't built in a day, neither will your entire life's foundation be. And, relax, I didn't call you in here just to drill you about your career choices anyways, okay? You didn't? No, I called you in for this. Please sign your name and initials down at the bottom, okay? My eyes widen at the title of the paper he places right in front of me. Uh-oh? No, thank you. Student Research Assistant / Faculty Scholarship Nomination Application. As I read over the details, my jaw drops slightly. This is a prestigious and highly sought-after position among many students in the university. It essentially lets a student serve as an understudy to a faculty member for 1 full year. No, I knew that! Besides being awarded a monthly stipend, students chosen are also awarded a full tuition scholarship. What the hell is this? Professor Atlas, I think you must be mistaken. History's my worst subject, bugger. I don't even reach the GPA average to qualify for the minimum requirements printed here. Oh, nonsense, that's already been taken care of. Uh-huh. I assure the deans that you'll not only meet the grade point average, but also maintain it. Yep, there it is. I'll even be privately tutoring you to make sure of it. God fucking damn it. Every single day. My head spins as I read all the zeros next to the monthly stipend. I can feel hesitation wringing my heart as my brain fails to process the unfolding situation. But I really don't get it. Why me? Because you wrote his fucking name in a notebook. There's so many other more deserving students out there. At this, Professor Atlas smiles at me. No, they don't. My cheeks heat up as he stares into my eyes with a determined gaze. It's intimidating, yet I'm unable to look away. Huh? I'm afraid you don't give yourself quite enough credit, my dear. Did you not read my comment on your paper today? You have talent, Kit, I guess. It may be hidden under your boorish and lazy demeanor, but it's there. I can see it in your work, thank you. Therefore, it's my job, not just as your professor, but as someone who is highly devoted to the expansion of education, that I bring it out of you. And I'm prepared to do so, by any means necessary. I'm speechless as I look down at the application in my hands. My name, details, everything is already here. All that's left really is my signature. My heart races as I look back up towards my professor's earnest, emerald gaze. A sincere smile plays at his lips as he hands me a pen. Thanks. You're a diamond in the rough, Kit, and I look forward to seeing just how brightly you can shine. But you'll have to be willing to get under a little pressure first. And who knows? Maybe at the end of this, you'll discover something. Not only about yourself, but perhaps about where you could envision your life taking you. A genuine smile escapes me at my professor's encouraging words. I quickly clutch the paper to my heart, in gratitude, and in one deft swoop, sign my name at the bottom. Uh-oh. Ooh, a star. No, understandable. That was a cute little jingle. I simultaneously feel like that was a good amount of time, and also like it could have been longer. Like, oh, okay, it's only been an hour. But also, that felt like a good place to end that part of the demo. What the hell? Yeah, so this definitely wasn't what I was expecting. I have a little bit of mixed feelings about it. On one hand, I do want to know... Largely, I want to know why this one feels so familiar. But the rest of it, I honestly... This is gonna sound mean to say. Don't care about it too much. You know, I'm glad that I tried this out, but it is not quite my cup of tea. Like I said before, I find a lot of the characters to either be a little boring or just not something that I personally would go for. Like I said, I'm not hot for teacher, so I would not be romancing a professor character in a game. The other ones, like I said, this one's a little too milquetoast for me. I learned more about his girlfriend than I did him. Also, I don't care, you're dating somebody already, get out of here. This one I mostly just want to know why he feels so familiar. Is he the same guy as the bartender who the main character spills all of her secrets to? Is he the penguin? Don't know. I just don't like this guy. Straight up, I don't like him. And then, like I said, he's behind me, but not hot for teacher. Don't like that aspect of it. Though the research position thing and like that's an interesting spin on things I was not expecting, but also what a great way to get her to be forced to stay with him for a while. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate this, and I would recommend it to other people. It's definitely a little goofy, in a good way, but it's just not particularly for me. I don't think that I will be checking out the full game, but I am happy to have tried it out, happy to have played it. And I know that I have another game, at least I think I do, by the same studio on my list. So I'd be interested in trying out their future games. They seem good. I like the way that they have programmed this one and all the little details of it, so I don't hate it. It's just not for me. Anyway, with that being said, though, we finished the demo. We saw all of what my playthrough would potentially be if I were playing through the entire game, and I need to end this video here. So, thank you for joining me in this video. Thank you for joining me as I try out Love's Spell Written in the Stars. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you are interested in this game, I hope that you try it out for yourself and that you absolutely adore it, but I'm gonna go ahead and go for now. I lost like my entire outro right there. I was like halfway through saying it and then I started saying it again. I don't know. I will see you next time for another video on my channel.